for
Yes.
Azure?
Yes. VMSS is nothing but a automatically increase or decrease the virtual machine based on the load. Based on the load. Okay. It's mainly used to
Yeah.
high availability. It provides the high availability. Mean that and auto scaling and also load balancing in the cloud application. If any web application is running, it provide high
Mm-hmm.
availability means if any one of the server goes down, it will replace the that server with the unhealthy server with a new one. Okay, and
Okay.
whenever the
Yeah.
load is increased, it will add more virtual machines. Nothing but more virtual machines inside the virtual machine. The web application is running, and also it will do the load balancing. Also, it will also do the load balancing. Which one? VMSS. So the VMSS stand for virtual machine scale set. Virtual machine
Skill set.
scale
Yeah.
set. So
Mm-hmm.
what is Azure VMSS scale set? Azure machine virtual machine scale set is nothing but a group of identical virtual machines. Virtual machine, identical group of virtual machine. How the auto scale is based on the how the auto scaling can be done based on the demand, and also automatically what does this VMSS do? It will auto scale based on the demand. Means that whenever the load is increased, now automatically it will increase the virtual machine, and also automatically do the load balancing, and also provide the high availability, and also reduce the manual server management. Okay, if you take a
Yeah.
small example, when application is running inside two VMs, there are two VMs are running. This application is accessing 100 users. How many users? 100 users. Okay. Then what happens here? Suddenly the traffic will increase. Now the 10,000 users are accessing the application. So when the 10,000 users are hit the application, because we have two VMs in the background, it is not enough to take that much of demand. Okay. Okay. It won't cope up the demand. Then what happens here? We need to add more servers to cope up the demand. Okay, then this one it is manually. Generally, instead of doing manually, this Azure will automatically manage. Azure will automatically manage and add the VM. Okay, if the traffic drops, automatic Azure removes the extra VMs. Okay, and another
Yeah.
thing is there, pay what pay what use. Okay, pay only for what you use. Whatever the instances or virtual machine you use, you need to pay for that one only. You need to pay for
Okay.
that one only. So if it is without scaling, what happens? The server crash if may high traffic is there. Okay, if you don't have scaling, what happens? So it won't enough have enough resources, then server crash, and performance will be slow, and the application will load very slow, and a manual virtual machine need to be created every time when the load is increased. We need to create virtual machine manually if you don't have a scaling. Okay, with the
Yeah.
VMS, we can with the VMS, Azure will do the automatic scaling. Whenever the load is increased, automatically add the virtual machine. And if more number of virtual machines are there, the traffic is distributed between this virtual machine, and the performance also increases. Performance also increases. And next thing is the cost. Do the cost optimization. When the load is there, more instance. When no load is there, it will reduce the all instance, and it will cut the price. Cut the price. There is a no downtime. Means if any one of the server goes down, it will replace with a new one. It
Switch.
replace with a
Okay.
new one.
Yeah.
Okay.
New one.
Here, how the Azure VMSS auto scaling works? Azure monitors metrics and follow the rules. So what are the metrics are there? How the auto scaling can be created? Either based on the CPU usage or memory usage, disk usage, network traffic, queue length, and custom metrics. Okay, these are types of metrics. So these are the metrics here in our computer. Here, when the CPU utilization is high, we need to create another VM. When the RAM memory is utilization high, need to create a VM. Based on the which metrics the scaling can be done. Okay. So here you can check here. There is a multiple things are there. We have metrics are there. This is CPU, this is the RAM, and this is the disk, and this is the network inside your laptop. Okay. Whenever the
Brother,
CPU,
I have a
yes,
quick question.
yes.
So basically, AWS auto scaling and Azure VMSS is the same. Is there any difference that one offers and the other doesn't offer?
No, no, no. All are same.
Same. Okay.
All are same. Okay. Nothing is different. Okay. Okay. Here,
Yeah.
what are the scaling types are there? One is the scale out, second one is scale in. Scale out means increase the VMs. When the load is increased, automatically increase the VM. It is known as scale out. Okay.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
is the scale in means? It does mean that
When
whenever the CPU load increase 70%, it add the VM. Okay, that
Yeah.
is known as what? Scale out. What is the scale in is nothing but a decrease the VM. When the load is decreased, automatically, if the CPU load is less than 30%, it will remove one VM. Understood? Okay.
Yeah.
So auto scaling
Mm-hmm.
modes are multiple types are there. One is the manual scaling where you can set the certain number of manually. We'll set instances manually. Okay. I set a manual. I'm predicting the load that it may be enough me for 3 virtual machines enough to cope up the demand. Then I set the scaling in that one. I'll set 3. Okay. So when it sets 3, it will create 3. Okay. Understood? So there is no automatic change. Whereas in automatic scaling is auto scaling, Azure adjusts the VM count automatically. Azure adjusts the VM count automatically. Okay. Who will adjust the count? Azure will adjust. Understood? Here the rule is there. If you see this example rule, if minimum is 2, I set as minimum 2, maximum is 10, and default is 3. Okay. Always the default value should be more than the minimum value. Same thing like in AWS. Here maximum is set as 10. Whenever the load is increases, automatically Azure adds the virtual machine 10 virtual machines. Understood? Understood?
Yeah.
So whenever
Yeah.
where is the no load is there, it automatically again decrease the load to the 2. It is a 2. Here, if the
True.
CPU percent is more than 70%, it add 2 VMs. If the CPU percent is 30%, less than 30%, remove 1 VM. Okay.
Yeah.
Scheduling scaling can done by the scheduling also. We can like set a time like I need to do scaling after like 48 hours like date and time, then automatically scale based on the scaling. Suppose I'm predicting that morning having huge traffic, I'll set 10 VMs, and night have a 2 VM. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Understood? So use it for office
Yeah.
apps. Generally office work in daytime, e-commerce app and batch jobs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to create a VMSS. I'm going to create a VMSS. To create a VMSS, I go to the Azure portal. Then we're going to create a VMSS. In AWS, what happened? In AWS, for creating the auto scaling, we need to create the launch template. We need to create a launch template, but you don't need to create a launch template here. Did you got output yesterday?
Yes. Well,
Yesterday you practiced load balancer. Okay. Now just search in the search bar, type VMSS. What is that? VMSS. Understood? Which one? The search bar type VMSS. When you type VMSS, you will get like virtual machine scale set. Virtual machine
mm-hmm.
scale set. Okay. For that virtual machine scale set. Here click on the virtual machine scale set.
Yeah.
Now it is almost a similar like how we create the virtual machine. Almost all same options. Like when you are creating virtual machine, we get same automatically same steps we need to follow. Like how you create virtual machine, VMSS also having almost the same steps. Okay, this is the
Okay.
virtual machine. Okay, this is the virtual
Yeah.
machine scale set. So what does mean that VMSS? VMSS stand for virtual machine scale set. Okay,
Cheers.
here click on the
Yeah.
create. Click on the create here. So here VMSS, then I don't have a resource group. Okay, I'll just create a resource group. Click on the create new. Then I just give the resource group name as VMSS-RG. Done. Then virtual machine scale set. I'm just giving the VM scale VM. VM scale VM. Okay. Then, so whenever you deploy the VMSS, it will deploy in the multi-availability zone. How it will deploy? Why we need to provide a multi-availability zone? Generally, AWS also I had explained it so many times. Why we need to deploy in multi-availability zone? To provide high availability. To provide
So high
in
availability.
interview they'll ask you simple question. They don't ask you to create like load balancer. They don't ask you to the multi-tier architecture. They don't ask you. They're simple. They will ask you, can you differentiate between the infrastructure service and platform as service? You should be in a position that what is infrastructure as service, what is platform as service, and also ask this type of questions only. How you provide availability, high availability in cloud environment? They'll ask you like that. Okay,
Multiple
this most of the
multiple
people,
availability.
90% people, they don't answer. I know that. How you provide high
Okay.
availability? The simple question, but unable to answer. Okay, how you provide
Yes.
availability?
High more availability zones.
You deploy
But
any resource in multi availability zone, then we will provide a high availability. Okay, so now I
yes.
selected which one? Zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. In this one, there are two orchestration mode is there. What is the orchestration? A scale set as a scale set model that defines the attributes of the virtual machine. The number of instances scale set changes, new instances will be added based on the scale set model. There are two types of orchestration is there. One is the flexible orchestration, second one is the uniform orchestration. Okay, what are
Okay.
the orchestration are there? What? What is the flexible orchestration and the uniform orchestration? So what is mean orchestration? Choose a virtual machine managed by the scale set. In flexible orchestration mode, you manually create and add virtual machines configuration to the scale set. In uniform orchestration mode, you define virtual machine model, and Azure will generate the identical virtual machine based on the model. Which one? There are two types of orchestration is there. One is the flexible orchestration, second one is the uniform orchestration. Flexible orchestration achieve high availability scale at the identical virtual machine. Whereas uniform orchestration mode optimized by the low scale stateless workload. Okay, here I'm selected a orchestration mode as a flexible. Okay, in this one asking for the standard mode and trusted mode. You can choose any one. Okay, I can choose standard, I can choose the trusted machine. Okay, then I selected standard. The scaling modes are three types. One only manual mode where we can maintain the fixed amount of instances. We will set the
Mm-hmm.
instances, then it will create manually. It will maintain manually. And second thing is the auto scaling. What is that? Second thing is the auto scaling. Third thing is the no scaling. I don't need any scaling. Understood? Here, instead of
Yeah.
setting the manually, it select auto scaling. Okay. Select a scroll auto scaling. Whenever I select auto scaling, there is another option is there configure. When you select a manual, there is no option is there. There is other two don't have an option. For one automatically scaling only, you have an option is there. You have an option is there configure. Then here click on the configure. Then we need to do the rules. What are the rules? Just now discussed that. What are the rules are there? The rules. How you create a rule. How they create rule? This one. Minimum, maximum and a default. Okay. Rule. What is the rule is there? Minimum, maximum and a what? Default. Understood? The rules need to set
Mm-hmm.
here. Here, how will you see? This is the default condition. This is the default condition. What is the default condition? 222. What is the 222? Here you can check here. Okay. What is the default condition? Here minimum is 2, default is 2, maximum is 20. What it? Understood?
Mm-hmm. That's
Why
the
you getting
default,
from
right?
your side like login, logout so many times? Some sound is
What
coming
happened?
from your side. I'm getting like in previous two classes also. I'm getting the like sound like it is like logout and login. Okay, no problem.
Can you hear me
Here,
now?
what is the default condition? Here, minimum is 2, maximum is 20, and default is 20. And a scale in is a scale in, scale out is there. I'll explain you what is scale out and scale in. What is the scale out? Increase VM.
It takes the yeah. Increases
Here,
scale in is decreasing.
here scale out is 80%. If the CPU percent is more than 80%, it will create a VMs. If the CPU
Yeah.
percent is less than 20%, it will remove the VM. Okay. And you don't have any schedule.
Yeah.
You don't have any schedule. So this is the default condition. I want to change this condition. I want to change the condition. Here, just click on the edit here. Just click on the edit here. In this one, what is the default instance count? Default instance count is 2. Whenever the auto scaling is deployed, it will be created 2 minimum default. Okay. And the minimum
Mm-hmm.
count, this condition scaled down to be 2. Okay. Here minimum. Okay. The minimum count of instance you want, the condition you want to scale. I'll set as both as 2 and I'll maximum I'll set as 4 because it will create 20 unnecessary. Okay. I'll put as at how much? 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood?
Mm-hmm.
Understand?
Yeah.
And scale out means the CPU threshold whenever the greater than 80%, how many VMs need to be increased? The size? How many? Here 1.
By one each
I want to
time.
make 2 her. 2 it will create. Got it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll just set as CPU threshold as 5% only, but don't put 5%. When you create a, you find the site as 5%, just for sake of that, I just set a 5%. Okay, generally it will be 50% more only. Okay, so scale out
Yeah.
means increasing the VMs. When the CPU percentage is more than 5%, you need to increase VMs how many? 2. When the CPU threshold is more than less than 10%, less than or 20%. So how many instances should be? I'll put here 5 or this one also. I'll be less than scale out. Okay, 4. Then how many instances need to be decreased here? 1. Okay.
One. Yeah.
So this is a query duration. The engine will query the CPU usage for past 10 minutes before executing the scale to be avoiding reacting the transient spike. Okay. That's your choice. You can put any
Mm-hmm.
time. Okay. It should be in the 5 to
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes. 5 to 20 minutes. Understand? Now save
Yeah.
here. Now save here. This condition I had changed. What is this one? This condition I changed. Understood?
Mm-hmm.
So now just save here. Done. I configure the which one? Which option? Auto scaling. Okay. Auto
Yeah.
scaling. Then I just set the, instead of that, I'll set the username as Azure user and the password I'll set here. I think on 2-3 days I'll start the DevOps. Okay.
Okay.
So DevOps is not like a cloud. Remember that.
Yeah.
DevOps is not like a
Mm-hmm.
cloud. It is having very big labs. Okay. It takes a lot
Yeah.
of time. Every day we need to be practice. If you don't practice, then it will be very difficult to you. Even though if other
Okay.
batch is there from Brilliant, I'm just always telling them that don't be like that. It will be an AWS Azure is not more difficult, very having a very less number of steps. But in DevOps, you have a huge number of steps are there. Okay.
Okay.
Now
Yeah.
I'm creating the username as this one. You can take anything and set a, what is the username? Azure user, and I'll set the password. Set the password. Then set the password here. Don't click on the review and create and click on the networking here. Click on the networking here. Because by the default, you need to enable the virtual network. Okay, we need to enable the virtual network. Understood? Understood.
Yeah.
We need to select this virtual network which we deployed. If you don't select, it won't get any public IP address. Okay. So then there is another option is there, Azure Load Balancer and Application Gateway. Application Gateway is like application load balancer. This Azure word, whether I want to attach with a load balancer, here there is a load balancer is there. Even AWS also there is an option is there, no load balancer, create a new load balancer or attach existing load balancer. Here also there is an option is there what? What is the
Load
option is there?
balancer. Azure load balancer.
And then here just click on the create load balancer. Just click on the create a load balancer. You want to create? You can create. This is public. Okay.
Yeah.
Load balancer name I'll just put at the VMSS LB. Okay. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Done? That's it. Huh? You don't need to do
Yeah.
like here manage option is there. But there is a multiple option is there. How the update policy is there. There is one manual policy. Existing instance must be manual upgraded, and the automatic instance will start upgrading immediately in random order. The multiple options are there in health. You have health. You have health is there. Here you want to monitor the health application. We can enable the health monitoring also. Okay. I don't want to do this all this
Mm.
thing. This one I just select here. You want to manage your storage account. Okay. You don't need anything. You just added which one?
Just like the
Virtual network
just
monitoring.
like the Amazon AWS CloudWatch, the health,
Yes. Yes. CloudWatch.
the
Monitor is a
health.
CloudWatch. I'll explain to
Okay,
you. Azure Monitor is like
yeah,
CloudWatch. Okay.
CloudWatch. Okay,
Then networking. Okay. So in this one, we need to enable the networking part. Huh? Done.
yeah.
Then. So you have health. I don't need this. Click on the ribbon create. Click on the
Mm-hmm.
ribbon create. But the default it will create two. Why? Because we are set as a two. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the deployment is complete. Now go to the resource here. Okay. Go to the resource here. And this is the activity log. This is an activity
Yeah.
log. So what are the activity?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the activity log. And in the instances, how many we defined? How many instances? Two. How many instances? Default we set. Hmm? What is the rule we
Um.
applied? Default two, minimum two, and maximum how many? Four.
Four,
Yes. How many now created?
two.
Okay, done. What happens when you delete this one? What
There will
happens when
be
you delete this one?
there will be one more created.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
The same thing, but all concepts are same. Only user
Yeah.
will, UI will be changed. If you
Are we
learn
are we
AWS properly, then you can easily understand other cloud. Okay.
are we gonna do Google Cloud also?
I don't teach Google
No.
Cloud.
Oh, okay, okay. But it's gonna be similar, right?
Almost are
Like,
similar. Very easy that one.
okay,
This that one is very
UI.
easy.
Okay,
Google Cloud is very easy and very fast. Compared to AWS, it is rapid, very
very
rapid.
okay,
Because of Google data center, they deployed new data centers. AWS is the old
okay.
one. Okay. So North
Yeah,
Virginia,
yeah.
they deployed in 2003. Actually, around 23 years are now. Now Google is a new one. They are deploying the new data center. In our Vizag also new data center is coming. There is a very big data
Oh,
center in Asia. World's second largest
okay.
data center.
By Google.
Yes, exactly. Google.
Oh, okay.
So when we can check in their in their website, they had also mentioned and the Vizag data center. In the data center map, they're showing the Vizag also.
Oh,
So the Visakhapatnam. Maybe in future they will have. They already
yeah.
started the operation. Maybe 3 4 years to wholly commission the data center. Okay, it takes time. Okay,
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
but there is huge
Take
data center. Very huge data center. That is around $15 billion investment.
50?
One
5
five
0?
one five billion dollar.
Oh, 1 5. Oh,
One
wow.
five billion dollar.
Billion. Okay.
$1.5 billion is a big investment.
Yeah, yeah. It is.
Now you can check here. You can check here. The first one is deleted. Now you
Mm-hmm.
can check here. Previously you have a name is there. Now you can check here. It was deleted. Now it is created. You can check here. When I refresh here, it was created another one. Created another one. Okay. It replaced another one. Understood? When I delete here, what happened here? What happened here, brother?
It creates one more.
Yes. Now again we'll put the load. Okay, how will you put the load? Do you remember the stress command?
Yes.
Now the same thing we'll do here. Same thing, huh? But we need to wait for some time. Azure takes time. So one thing is there, most of the countries, developed countries are rejecting the data centers. Maybe that
With
maybe that thing there most of the things are rejecting the what data centers. Why? Because maybe what happened here? Port connection timeout. Okay. Whether I not enable the port number? 1 minute. I think we had missed the port number.
4228.
Hmm. So now go to the networking. In
Mm-hmm.
this one, select
Port,
source and port number 22. Okay, port
yeah.
number 22.
22.
Because when you creating the, I think we had miss. No, yes. Okay. I think you forgot to enable the port number. Okay,
Port,
that
yeah.
is the issue. So now how to log in here? So the SU minus. Then first thing is there, you need to update the repositories. We need to update the repositories. Okay. And what is the
Mm-hmm.
command? The previous, do you remember stress command?
Just
Stress on Ubuntu. Okay. It continues to put the stress on the virtual machine. Put the stress on the virtual machine. So now how will you install this one? Here we need to go to the, if there is Ubuntu, I just taken the Ubuntu distribution, then we need to type the command apt install stress. What is the command? Apt install stress. Okay. What is the command? Apt install stress. Okay.
Yeah.
Then to put stress on hard disk, the short the here D need to mention the D. If you are I want to stress put on the stress on CPU, then minus C. I want to put the stress on the RAM, minus V. I want to put the stress on the input output device, minus A. And T means timed out. T means timed out. Okay.
Then, yeah.
So this the command, I'll just copy this command and paste here. It will put a stress. 8 means how many workers you need to provide. Okay, less than, yeah, just put here, change here to the 120 seconds. Then this one I'll make it as a okay, 300. Okay, now I'll just run this command multiple times. Okay, okay, I'll just run this command multiple times. Then what happens here? It put the stress. Okay, when the stress is triggered, then what happened? It will create a multiple virtual machines. Multiple virtual machine. Understood? Now I can check here, brother.
They created more.
How many?
Two more, right? Two more.
How many? Total? How many?
Four
Four.
total.
How
Yeah.
many you mentioned? How many you mentioned? You mentioned
Four.
how many? Four.
Four. Yeah.
Okay. If you leave for, if you remove the stress, then if you leave for 5 to 10 minutes, it will remove again two.
Oh,
Understood?
it will. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It automatically decrease. One, it will automatically decrease. Understood?
That's scale in, right? Removing is scale in, increasing is scale out.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm just stress is removed here. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I just leave for 10 minutes, then automatically it will
Yeah.
decrease it to two.
Decrease.
How many two? How
Okay.
many you mentioned? Two. Okay.
Two. Yeah.
If you mention one, then it will remove. It will be two
Removed.
one. Okay.
Four. Okay.
Done. You
Yeah.
understand this one? VMSS.
Yes. Yes.
So the same thing automatically like AWS auto scaling. Almost all
Auto
same.
scaling. Yeah. Yeah.
Almost all same. Okay.
Yeah.
Just first
Mhm.
time only we need to check the options. Then second time you don't need to check the options. Directly you go one by one. It takes very less time to create. Okay.
Yeah.
Even though I had done the VMSS in like 3 4 months back. Generally,
Yeah.
I have so many classes for AWS for myself also. I just go for the corporate training, like I work for other company, then they work for other company also. But there is there AWS is there. Azure having very less number of classes for me. Very less students they contact me and I just any corporate like anything very less Azure very less like you have some out of 100 student 90 students will the AWS 10 or 15 students only Azure. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
very less student and they contact me and I don't think so by maybe market maybe AWS having more market compared to Azure.
Hmm.
Huh? The market is big for AWS compared to the Azure. Okay, okay, that's it. Okay, now
Yeah.
so if you remove this virtual machine again it will be created. Okay, that's best better thing is go to the remove everything here the resource group.
The resource group. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Hmm.
go to the resource group here, click on the resource group, select the all things, then delete the resource group. The resource group. So This is advisor. What is my Azure advisor? Okay. Here, one service is there, advisor. Understood?
Mm-hmm.
What does my advisor? Generally, what does my advisor in general term? Leave it to the cloud. What does my
Some
advisor? Give
someone
suggestion to
that
you. Give suggestions to
suggestion.
you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
what to do, what not to do. If you're having an issue there, you
Yeah.
just go to the advisor. Like if you have a financial advisor, there multiple things, multiple advisors are there. The same thing advisor do here. Same thing. AWS also having a trust advisor. Okay, AWS also
Okay.
there. There, suppose if you are running a machine, suppose what does this advisor do? What does the advisor do? Suppose I deployed a application on top of the VMs. I'm using like a 10 virtual machine, and this application is deployed on the VM. Then the users are hitting the application. They're accessing the application. Thing is that like that, there is VMs are not getting much load. Okay, not much in getting load. Understood?
Yeah.
So then what happens here? Suppose I need a virtual machine that is a 16 GB I had deployed. But thing is that hardly not using 4 GB. Okay. That mean that why we want to go for that 16 GB? Why don't go for the 4 GB? It will reduce your price. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Why you
Yeah.
go for the 16 GB? Instead of that, it hardly using only 4 GB. Then
Mm.
it will do, the advisor will give the advice to you. Then mate, you are deployed this thing, you are getting very less traffic, then you try to shift from the 16 GB RAM to 4 GB. Understood? Which one? Azure
Yeah.
advisor. Which one? Azure
Advisor.
advisor.
Azure advisor.
Here, what is the next is there? Is just a small thing. Azure advisor. It will advise you. It will advise you. Which one? Azure advisor. So here, what is Azure Advisor? Azure Advisor is a free personalized cloud consultant service in Microsoft Azure that analyzes the resources configuration, usage telemetry to provide best practice recommendations. It helps to optimize Azure workloads
Okay.
across 5 areas, like one is the cost, second one is the security, a third one is the reliability, and fourth one is the performance, and fifth one is operational excellence to improve the efficiency and reduce the spending cost. Okay, got
Okay.
it. Which one?
Mhm. Yeah.
Azure Advisor. Azure Advisor.
Azure advisor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are some key features or benefits are there. There is actionable recommendation, like provide specific actionable recommendation, priority suggestion, such as resizing the VMs. Just now I had explained you. Okay, understood. Resizing the
Yeah.
underutilized the VMs, purchasing the reserved instance, or deleting the unused services. Okay. Advisor score feature that helps the measure, track, and improve the state of the Azure administrator across the key pillars. Okay. Now you can check here. There is advisor. There is multiple options are there. You have operational excellence. What are the categories are there? Cost. Second one is what? Security.
Yeah.
Okay. And third one is reliability. And fourth one is what? Operational excellence. And fifth one is performance. When you click on this
Yeah.
cost, it will recommend you that, okay, what things you need to do, what things you don't need to do. Okay. Okay. What are the
Okay.
cost recommendations? It will show you the cost recommendations. Which one? Yeah, see list of the recommendations.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Understood. Which one? Azure Advisor. Azure Advisor.
Advisor.
Suppose you have
AWS
a
doesn't have this,
99%
right?
reliability is there. You can check here the recommendations. Recommendations.
AWS doesn't have this, right, brother?
Yes, yes. AWS also having there. AWS also there.
W-
Trusted Advisor.
So okay, 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 okay.
Here, just give 1 minute. AWS have Trust Advisor. That is not the Trust Advisor. Okay.
Trusted advisor. Okay.
The same service. Okay. What is the name is there?
Trusted advisor.
Just go to the search bar and type Trusted Advisor. It will recommend you. First, we need to have some resources. So if you are unnecessary using resources, it will recommend you which thing you need to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can check here the recommendations. There is a create an Azure service health. showing that impact resources. There is data, few details, said what are the actions are there. Okay,
Yeah.
understood. Which
Yes.
one? Azure Advisor. Azure Advisor.
Agree.
So nothing but I advise you, recommend as it is the free service, it will recommend you what to do, what is having security issues there, have cost issues there, if reliability issues there, operational excellence, all these recommendations will be shown by the advisor. Will shown by the advisor. Okay, understood?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then next thing, go to the Azure monitor. What is that? Which service?
Azure Monitor.
So Azure Monitor is a comprehensive cloud-based platform that maximizes the availability and performance of application infrastructure service by collecting, analyzing, and acting telemetry data from the Azure. Okay, it will monitor and collect
Yeah.
the data. Okay, data from the Azure and also from hybrid environment and on-premises environment. It uses metrics, numerical time scale data, log the event to provide insights. Okay. Supports alert enable virtualization visualization often requiring Kusto query language. By using Kusto query language, KQL, it will provide the deep analysis of the resources. Deep analysis of the resources.
Resources.
Which one? Azure Monitor. Okay. This Azure
Yeah.
Monitor is a scalable cloud. Generally, how will you provide the monitoring service? There are multiple things are there. Even Nagios. Either I can use Nagios, either I can use Prometheus, either I can use Grafana, Prometheus and Grafana, or I can for SolarWinds, either I can go for the Wireshark. There are multiple things are there to monitor. Like Chebix is there monitoring tools are there. All
This is
these
like
tools,
CloudWatch, right, brother? AWS CloudWatch.
AWS, there is a CloudWatch is also in AWS. Okay,
Okay.
same thing. CloudWatch like
Same.
same thing.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
here it will provide as a platform as service, whereas Nagios, Prometheus, all these things we need to install. Understood?
Yeah.
So I think in Azure Prometheus is also there. They provide this Prometheus service also as a platform service. We'll need to check. I think I've seen that. But thing is there, whenever you want to do the monitoring, first we need to run an agent. Okay, run an agent means that we need to install the software. Okay, then
Okay.
then we need to install the client agent and we need to do the monitoring. Generally, it is like an infrastructure service by using Nagios, by using Prometheus, all these things. But AWS CloudWatch and AWS Azure Monitor as a platform as service. Is a platform
Platform
as
as
service.
service.
Okay. So why we need this monitor to check the resources to provide the observability. All these tools are known as the observability like Prometheus, Grafana, Nagios, Datadog, Azure Monitor, AWS CloudWatch, Zabbix, all Wireshark. All these tools are known as the observability tools. What is that?
Okay.
Observability.
Observe. Yeah.
End-to-end observability. Or like it in layman just near layman terminology, it is known as nothing but monitoring tools. Okay.
Yeah.
Generally,
Yeah.
in production environment, like in software people, they will pronounce as observability tools, instead of monitoring tools. Understood?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What does Azure Monitor provide? Azure Monitor will provide the end-to-end observability for application, infrastructure, network. Okay. Maximize the performance of
Yeah.
your hybrid resources and proactively identify the problems. Identify the problems. Okay. Which one? Azure Monitor.
Monitor. Yeah.
So what are the features are there? It will provide the insights. What is insight? Like providing the dashboards. Okay, it providing the what insights and visualization tools, and also powerful data platform and critical situation response also provided. Which one? Azure Monitor. Azure Monitor.
Monitor.
Okay, there is prices are there. Azure monitoring pricing for different things. Okay, tomorrow I'll see how to create a Azure Monitor. For creating the Azure Monitor, it's the same thing what we did in the AWS. How we did in the AWS? We create a virtual machine, we create a CloudWatch, and we created a SNS service, simple notification service. Here also do the same thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Here also we do the same thing. We create a virtual machine, we create a Azure monitor, then with this Azure monitor
Mm-hmm.
we're going to attach the simple notifications through email or SMS. Whenever the issue is there, it will generate the issue and will send through your mail. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
try to do this VMSS practice. I think you yesterday got the output. If having any error is
Yes.
there. You got it?
No. No. Yeah.
You don't have any error yesterday?
No. No.
Okay, very good. You practice are just lying.
No. No. No.
So in previous other batch is there, like batch number 8 is there. The students, three students are there. Whenever I ask them, I don't have any time. I need to do like I'll just do it at Sunday. Hmm?
Oh, they do it from India.
No, no, from your country, from
Oh.
same
Oh.
same
US.
side. Kamrul
Oh.
Ashraf is there from Bangladesh.
Oh.
He's in
He was
New
in New
York.
York.
He's New
New
York, New
York.
York.
Oh. Oh.
Another thing,
Oh.
another guy is there, Mohsin Aslam. He's I think maybe he's from, I don't know that, maybe Bangladesh or Pakistan. I didn't remember that, but it maybe he
Uh-huh.
belongs to either Bangladesh or Pakistani.
Oh.
He's also there in New York. Okay,
New York. Okay.
so another guy is there. David Lugard is there. Another one, he is also there somewhere at, like I don't know that, Washington DC. I think he from Washington DC. Okay.
He's American. American.
Yes, he is American. All these people are
Oh.
American. Okay, but their
Oh.
four family like you, like their father, they're from Bangladesh. Okay, these guys are born and brought up in USA only. These guys are born and brought up in USA only. Understood?
Yeah.
They speak Hindi also.
Okay.
Two guys, no, David Logod doesn't know. He's from Washington DC. These guys, they can understand Hindi and they can speak Hindi also.
Oh.
Okay, that's it. I think
Mhm.
they're having some issue there. They had assigned some other previous trainer or faculty. They are not satisfied. Then they just discontinue. Then these brilliant people had us again having me. They had assigned me. That is the issue maybe.
Okay.
They told me like that.
Oh.
They had assigned a
Okay.
they had assigned other faculty. So I think they had given the complaint. They did not understand some issue is there. I don't know that what happened. Then assigned me. Then after that, they're going then. They're also good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tomorrow I'll see.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I think
Okay.
Monday we'll see you. Okay. Monday we'll see you.
Monday. Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
brother. Okay.
Okay.